Hello, YouTube. Morning here for me. I'm off work. And yes, I like stealing my wife's coffee mug. So, just wanted to do a quick video. Didn't do a knife video last week, but I figured I'd do one today and probably one more this weekend if I get around to it. I'm gonna try to. But anyways, sometimes topics, you try to think of stuff and you can't, but sometimes stuff just pops up in your head. Well, I don't know if you guys have been looking at the stuff from SHOT Show. I'm sure, if you're into knives, you have been. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, man. I haven't really seen a lot from this year's releases and SHOT Show from anybody that I'm really excited about getting. There hasn't been a real lot of knives I've been excited about over the past 3 years, really, since COVID started, to be honest with you. Like, there are a couple here and there that came out, like the Shadow, the TRM Shadow. I was a real big fan of that. The Mini Adamas that Benchmade makes, I love that knife. It's a great knife. I'm glad I got one. I'm glad I waited because I got a real good deal on one. That's the cheapness coming out to me, I guess. But, which I do buy expensive knives, still have plenty of them, if you guys have seen my channel. But, the Demco 20S, the slim version, that's a great knife. Love that knife. So yeah, it is some cool stuff that I really, really enjoy and love. But as a whole, like the past couple SHOT Shows, people are just kind of remaking stuff, it seems like, you know what I mean? Or the new stuff that they're having out is just, it's either too gaudy for my taste or it's just not something I'm into. A lot of people like it, but I'm not really into it. A lot of what I'm seeing more than anything is so many new companies starting up. You just have so many new products, and they're not necessarily all doing the same thing, but you have a lot of these budget style knives that, they're kind of cookie cutter type of thing. They're all kind of looking similar. I don't know. That's just my opinion on the whole matter. A lot of these knife reviews now I'm watching, like, because I follow a bunch of different people, obviously, but they all kind of blend in. They're just kind of, yeah, it's a decent looking knife, but is it something that jumps out at me that I really want to get? No, it's really not. To be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, what I've been doing the past year, it seems like I've been buying the same freaking knives that I like and just buying multiples of. Just did it yesterday. TRM just did another Neutron release, and the past 3 Neutron releases, I would say, I've been trying to get my hands on one of those, the Blue Jean micarta, because I had the micarta before, just the regular micarta, and it was kind of slippery in my opinion. But a couple of people messaged me and they were saying, hey, and then they have a new canvas one out too, which the Blue Jean one I really like, so that's what I have my eye on. So that's what I'm going to get. I've learned that to wait and get the knife you really, really want versus just getting a knife in a different variant that you may not like, because then you're going to end up selling it and then having to get the one you want anyways. So I waited. I was patient, got the knife, and people say, oh, well, you could have just bought the scales. Yeah, you could have done that, but you saved yourself a lot of money, actually, if you're buying a knife and you're going to carry the knife that way a lot. But I wanted an extra one anyways because, it's cool. This is one of them, by the way. This is the carbon fiber one, which, some people like carbon fiber, some people don't, but it just feels so fantastic. TRM's carbon fiber knives, because this is a smaller knife for me anyways. This is the Neutron, not the Atom. It's a little bit of a smaller knife anyways. The Atom fills up my hand a little better, but the carbon fiber is a little thicker without being heavy. It's so light and it's so nimble and it's weighted great. I love this knife, the carbon fiber. It doesn't look as good as some of the other scales, but I have the carbon fiber and the Atom, and I love the carbon fiber version. And I also love the titanium version. This is the new scales, the new titanium scales. See if we can get it on camera here. See what they look like. Oh man, there we go. That's a better picture. There we go. But this is the new texturing on the titanium scales. But I have this. See, what it is I have this in the regular titanium scales too, which I absolutely love as well. So I like to have, the G10, pop them on from time to time. So what I'm going to do is I'll have one for the titanium scales. I'm going to keep the carbon fiber one like it is. Have one for the G10, which I know titanium feels great. Great action. That was my fault. Great action. It's just something about the feel, just because you can make it thinner and it's so structural. Something about titanium is great, you know. So much better than stainless and all these other metals. Titanium is just where it's at for me. But G10 is so much better as a work knife for me. So, you know, that's great, you know. I'm sitting here rambling on about TRM because I'm excited about getting a knife yesterday, which I will review. So I'm gonna get back to the subject real quick. The Narrows won Best in Show. Okay, the Benchmade Narrows won Best in Show. I mean, I'm sure it was Best in Show at the time. You know, it seems like it's cool, you know. But that knife is $580. Like, you got a $580 knife that most people that collect knives are not going to be able to afford. And for me, have I spent $580 on a knife before? I've spent over $400 on a bunch of knives, like, you know, my Hinderers and Demcos, stuff like that. But I have not spent $500 yet, I don't think. That I remember. Maybe I have. If I have, no big deal, whatever. But I ain't spending it on that knife. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. And, you know, I'm sure it's probably what they got in it. You know, it's American made and all that stuff, you know, but, you know, this was, they actually sent me these scales. TRM is freaking awesome for sending me these scales because I love these scales. They got another knife out of it because I bought another Neutron anyway, so it worked out for them. But, you know, I'm obviously a TRM collector. I'm not just one of those people that gets it, but this was $395, I believe, or $390. It might have been $365 for the Neutron version, and I think it was like right around $400 for the Atom. I'm getting that all day long versus the Bench. That's just me, you know. You know, it's $180 cheaper, or the heck it is, and this one's $200 cheaper. And that's an American-made knife. Great materials, great quality, great company, and they're not a big company as Benchmade. Benchmade, to me, the bigger your company is, the lower you can make your costs. So I don't know what's going on there, but anyways, what do you guys feel about awards? Like, is that something you think that kind of happens sometimes, you know, to kind of push something out there? Or do you think that's 100% everybody there just voted for it and that's what won? I don't know. I'm sure that's what happened. That's probably what happened. I'm sure they're probably not rigging the freaking SHOT Show awards. But other awards have come up too, you know, that knives have won, and you're like, why is this one? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's the same way, because I obviously I smoke pipes and cigars. It's the same way in pipe tobacco and cigar world. It's like some of this stuff is bought and paid for. Come on, man. And that was proven in the car industry. You know, obviously I'm a mechanic, but the JD Power Awards, you might as well just throw them out the window. It's all bought and paid for 100%. Money, you know. Anyways, do you guys put any type of, or does it change your opinion of the knife? Now that it's won this award, are you going to say, oh, maybe I'll look at it more now than I would before? It ain't changed my opinion at all, because unless they lower the price by $200, that'd be the only thing that changed my opinion on me looking at it more, to be honest with you, because something that's real thin and just looks okay to me is not something I'm really into. That's just my opinion. A lot of people might love it, and some people will probably comment saying, hey man, I got this knife, it's the best knife I've ever had. That's great, I'm glad you like it. You know, it's not my purpose at all. People are allowed to buy whatever they want. I don't care what other people buy, it doesn't matter. This is just my opinion on the award thing. Like, what I do pay more attention to than anybody is, because that's why I was saying you know, I do, people's opinion on YouTube do matter, because especially you have people, and you got to know who you're looking at, because some people only like certain types of knife. Like Metal Complex is going to like a certain type of knife, Lefty's going to like a certain type of knife. So certain people are into certain type of knives, so you got to kind of know what they like and don't like. But if you got 10 people out of 10 people saying, hey man, this knife has terrible action, it probably has terrible action because these people handle knives every day. So you kind of look at it for that aspect, not if you think you would like the knife or not. I got to make up my own mind whether I like that knife or not. So that's the whole point of the video. Sorry, I got off on a tangent about TRM, but I'm really excited about my new knife coming in. And let me know what knives you collect too, because I will have 4 of each now, of the Atom and the Neutron. And I carry them all. I carry them all, like all the time. This is like I'm carrying. I haven't made up my mind yet, that's why I got both of them out. I'm carrying one of these today. So anyways, let me know, guys. We'll chat with you later.